Call this meeting to order. Could everybody please stand? Have a moment of silence to start. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty. Roll call.
13 present.
Next, that would bring us to the approval of the
14 present.
14.
One snuck in.
Approval of the minutes. Is there a motion to approve the minutes? Member Blair, Member Daly. Any comments, corrections? Seeing none, please cast your vote. There's nothing.
Let me go back.
It's not working.
Okay, let me go back and I didn't mark them absent.
Megan, it's not working. So you're not gonna, it's not working up here.
Hold on just a second. And okay.
It's not working anywhere right now.
I'm making sure I got the absent people clicked first. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I'm missing something. Yes. Okay. Okay, try it now. Now?
There it is.
Okay. Sorry about that. Fourteen ayes.
Motion.
Danny slipped in. Okay.
Aye.
Okay, I'll go back. Good job.
That would bring us to proclamations and presentations. Sharon and CFO McCord, please come up for a well-deserved proclamation. There you go.
On? Okay. So this proclamation is for our outgoing CFO. I'm sad, I'll just say that. It has been such a pleasure to work with you. You and your team have just spent a lot of time with Linda and I working on the budget, and I was really proud of the work we've done. So I appreciate everything you've done for Peoria County. So, Linda, did you want to make a?
Well, I'm concerned that the amount of time she spent with us may be why she's leaving. But no, it's wonderful to have a person who will gather all the facts, do all the work, and present things in a factual fashion and answer questions. And you can trust every answer that she gives. And I think her talents are exceptional.
I have to use readers because this type is very small. Okay, whereas Heather McCord, Peoria County's Chief Financial Officer, has served the residents of Peoria County with the utmost professionalism and integrity since joining Peoria County in 2022. And whereas during her tenure as head of the county's finance department, she has been a key leader in the county's budgeting and auditing processes, accounting, payroll, and purchasing. And whereas Heather McCord has been instrumental in helping the entire organization transition to new accounting software, overseeing the spending and reporting of American Rescue Plan Act funds, and managing spending on numerous capital projects, including the Health and Human Services building. And whereas she has a Master's of Business Administration, Marketing Concentration, and a Bachelor of Arts, International Business, both from Bradley University, and whereas Heather McCord is a certified management accountant and is certified in strategy and competitive analysis through the Institute of Management Accountants, and whereas she is also a prolific community volunteer, having served in leadership roles for Peoria Academy, United Stroke Alliance, Emerging Philanthropist Fund, Impact Peoria, Peoria Ballet, and Greater Peoria Sanitary District, among others. Now, therefore, I, James C. Dillon, Chairperson of the Peoria County Board, on behalf of the County Board, do hereby thank Heather McCord for her work in Peoria County government and wish her happiness and success in her new role. Proclaim this 9th day of July, 2026, signed James C. Dillon, Chairperson, and Rachel Parker, County Clerk.
Thank you. This is incredibly unexpected and very humbling. I appreciate you all. Sorry, this is bittersweet for me. I appreciate the trust that you put in me the last 4.5 years to serve as CFO here, and I won't be going far, so I hope you keep in touch. And I just want to give credit to all the amazing people that work here. I couldn't have done anything without the team, and especially the finance department team who walked alongside me every single day. So thank you for this, and best wishes to everything in Peoria County.
Thanks, Heather. Next, that would bring us to citizens' remarks. Cheryl Walsh, do you want to come up and give us an update about the Farm Bureau? You can join her if you want.
What?
Do you want to join you? Okay.
All right. For those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Cheryl Walsh, and I'm the president of the Peoria County Farm Bureau. This spring, or summer anyway, we started construction on a new building out at Kickapoo Park. We own property out there, and we decided that we would move our home office out there. The construction has started. I actually pulled in there before I came here, and it looks like they are ready to pour the concrete here any day. They've got all of the heating in the floor tubes ran, and the wire mesh was sitting there when I was there. So I think we're ready to start pouring concrete. Other news on that, we actually today accepted an offer on our old building, so our building is sold. So I thank you guys for your support in helping us make the transition out into the country more versus staying into the city. It will suit our members' needs better on all of that. Another topic that I have for you is next week is the Peoria County 4-H show. As you guys are aware of, some of you might not know, the Peoria County 4-H kids do not really have a place in Peoria County to call home. With the closing of Expo, because Expo closed, they lost their home. This is the third year now that we have had to go other places, and we've kind of lost our community because we've had to split up. The non-livestock projects, so all of your cooking, your woodworking, and all of that will be at Cedar Hills Baptist Church in Dunlap, and that'll be on Wednesday. On Thursday, your sheep and goats and some of your smaller, I believe it's poultry, is at Stark County Fairgrounds. We have to go to Stark County Fairgrounds to exhibit the Peoria County livestock. So that's on Thursday, and then Friday is your pigs and cattle, and I believe rabbits. So Peoria County Farm Bureau is trying to help get these kids a home, but we can't do it by ourselves. We are going to need some assistance to help get these kids a home. These kids, I mean, I have 5 kids. Some of you know that. Livestock kids are different. I will give you an example of my 17-year-old today. She leaves the house by 6:30 every day. She goes and she does her chores. Then she goes to work. She works from 8:30 to 9 o'clock till about 4:30, 5 o'clock. And then after that, she, tonight, she had a volleyball game. So she goes to volleyball. She'll get done with that about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and she still has chores to do when she's done. I mean, so these kids are our future workforce. And I would appreciate the support in supporting these kids. Next Thursday night, there is a 4-H auction to help these livestock kids raise funds for their next year's projects or to pay for these projects. Some of them get extremely expensive. They're worse than a cat and a dog. But the auction will be held at Raber's. It is at 7 o'clock next Friday. We do offer a free pork chop dinner for all of our buyers. We are a 501c3 organization. So donations that you make towards these projects are 100% tax deductible. I guess if you have any questions, please let me know. I will stick around. But again, the Farm Bureau and the 4-H kids appreciate your support in the county. Thank you.
Thanks, Cheryl. That would bring us to the consent agenda. Is there a motion for the consent agenda? Member Duncan, Member Renault. Anybody like anything pulled off the consent agenda? Seeing none, please cast your vote.
Member Kelch, I can just go ahead and mark if you wanted to. That's okay. Aye. Oh, okay. Yep, I see it popped up. Okay, what am I? There we go. 15 ayes. I was worried there for a minute, didn't register. 15 ayes. Next, we would be at zoning ordinances and resolutions. Item 9.1. Zoning case number ZBA 2026-0019, petition of Roxy Ibe, a special use request from section 20-5.2.2.2 of point C of the Unified Development Ordinance, which allows for animal hospitals, animal clinics, and commercial kennels, provided the minimum lot size is 2 acres. Treatment rooms or pens for large animals, and no kennel shall be located closer than 200 feet from any off-site residential building or 100 feet from any property line unless maintained within a completely enclosed building, and no objectionable odors or noticeable at or beyond the lot line. The petitioner proposes to operate a veterinary clinic in the A2 agricultural zoning district.
Member Couch and Member McCann. Discussion. Member Rulon.
I simply want to point out the need for me to abstain. I maintain an employment contract with the petitioner, and so will abstain for that reason.
And the petitioner is here present. So.
He is.
Okay. Is there questions for the petitioner? Seeing none, please cast your vote.
Some strange things happening today. Fourteen ayes and 1 abstention. It's not showing me in here. I apologize, but I lost my screen. There we go. Item 9.2, Amendment Number 10 to the Peoria Urban Enterprise Zone Designating Ordinance and Intergovernmental Agreement. A resolution from your Executive Committee recommending approval of Amendment Number 10 to the Peoria Urban Enterprise Zone Designating Ordinance and Intergovernmental Agreement.
Is there a motion to put this on the floor? Member Allison, Member Windish. And Sally Hanley is here from the EDC, who's our administrator for the enterprise zone. So thank you, Sally, for being here. If there's questions, seeing none, please cast your vote.
Fifteen ayes. Item 9.3, Emergency Drainage System on Radnor Road. A resolution from your Infrastructure Committee recommending approval of a contract with N.E. Finch Company in the amount of $101,000 for an emergency repair of a drainage structure on Radnor Road.
Member Couch and Member Rulon. Would anybody, I know this was a meeting beforehand. I want to thank Amy and Jeff and her team for a short turnaround to get this prepared. But if you weren't at the meeting, basically we have a wing wall on Radnor Road that after some storms had collapsed into the creek, and so we need to address some issues there sooner than later. So this was an emergency, and being that the time was there, we felt the need to bring it forward faster. So if you have any questions, I'm sure Amy or Scott or myself can answer, or Member Coach. Member McCann.
Can we have just a brief overview of what's going to be done and the time frames and things of that nature real quick?
Yep.
Yes, of course.
So this was discovered after the June rains. When we were out doing inspection of damage, we found that a wing wall had failed. This is on Radder Road, just south of the Route 6 overpasses. It's on the west side of the road. It's very close to the road, and it's right now we have barrels out there, but we need to make a more permanent fix so we don't lose that edge of the road. We went and spoke with 6 local contractors and told them the situation and asked for quotations. And 2 of them replied with a proposal to do sheet piling out there. The low one was N Finch at $101,000. This would be coming out of the county bridge fund, and it would not impact any other projects in the area. We expect, if passed, that we can get work going at the end of the month. And in a worst case scenario, we would have the road closed to all traffic for a week, so they could bring the equipment in there and do the work.
Questions for Amy? Thank you, Amy. Any other questions? Seeing none, please cast your vote.
Fifteen ayes. Next is miscellaneous and announcements.
Okay. Member Alsasser, we'll start on your side.
Well, I hope this is not out of order, but I want to make mention that the Princeville girls, I believe it's 8U softball team won the championship, and I'm not sure how big of an area it is, but we played in the championship game against a team from Bushnell, so I know it covers probably 20% of Illinois. But more importantly is our chief counsel here, Jenny's niece, was on the team, right? And her brother, the chief judge, was the coach, right?
Definitely not the chief judge. He would.
Oh, I'm not the chief judge. Circuit judge. I meant the circuit judge. I'm sorry.
I'll knock him down a level. Yeah.
The circuit judge, and he was a coach pitcher, so he was very good. So it was a good win for the Peoria County community.
Member Ricker?
I have just a few, and I'll be quick. Start with the Farm Bureau. Cheryl, thank you for being here. And I'm always a believer that the county lives on farming, and that's one of our key businesses. So better we can build relations with the Farm Bureau. That's what we need to do. So thank you for being here. Also, thank you for your comments on the 4-H fair. I know as a 4-H member as a child, I showed Holstein cattle, so I know the work and stuff behind it. So I appreciate that for the young teens. The second is the veterinary clinic. Kudos to adding extra business in the county. So anytime a business opens, I think that's great. I want to give a shout out to the highway department for the work on Mossville Road. As a person who's lives close and drives it probably almost twice every day, really appreciate the refinishing. And I'll throw out a reminder that there's a 1 mile of stretch on the highway, Mossville Road, that the county board is responsible for highway cleanup and litter. And so maybe since it's in my district, I need to pull together some of my fellow board members, and we'll have a morning to go out and clean up the roadway. And last but not least, I just want to extend my thank you for CFO McCord and what she's done for the county, and I wish her well. Thank you.
Member Allison?
I just wanted to extend my gratitude to all of the county board members who sent messages and were present during the passing of my father. So appreciate all your kind words.
Member Daly?
I wanted to recognize that it's the 1-year anniversary of Brandon Martin as our treasurer. It probably seems like 5 years to him, but it's only been 1 year. And the comments that I get from people in your office who work there and others have just been really exceptional. So thank you for the effort you put forth there.
Member Duncan?
And I'd like to extend a wish you well, Heather, to your new endeavor.
Administrator? Okay, so probably a record time meeting, half hour. That gives you time to go downstairs. Kudos to the GPL, Greater Peoria Leadership Council, for what they've been doing around the recently renovated outdoor plaza. Nothing but positive comments coming from what they're trying to do out there and get people to be active downtown and be prideful of downtown. So great job, and encourage everybody to stop by there in the last half hour.